Yeah. And welcome back, everybody, to what's going on here? That's not live streaming, is it? No. Okay, gosh, dang. I was about to say different things pop up on the screen. I think it's freaking live streaming. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. This will be episode 20. And sorry for being a day late when we were supposed to do our recording day and do that moonshine video for you guys. I was not feeling well, so my friends didn't come down. So now I'm scrambling, trying to figure it out and keep everything on track. Because of course, Corey was going to come down, and actually from episode 2, Cody, he was going to come down and do the video, so y'all would have been able to see him for the first time. Excuse me. Anyway, I guess we'll just kind of do a little update of some stuff that I talked about the last time I did a solo, which is like back in episode 5, I think. And I don't think I talked about the shooting competitions that was going to be up in Pennsylvania. There's supposed to be a bunch of New Zealanders going. They're not going to be there, but I'm going to see if I can get the days off work, because I do work those 2 days of the week. There's going to be people from ice shooting, people from border patrol, and the army pistol team is going to be there. And let me bring this up here real quick to let you know exactly what that is. That is going to be the 30th and 1st of August. 30th is the regional championship for the NRA approved action pistol. And then the NRA approved action pistol Keystone Cup Championship. So you'll have your regional, and then you'll have the state championship. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Anyway, so that's, hopefully I can get up there and get some footage, and maybe see if any of those guys want to sit down with me for a little bit, and maybe I can throw that into an episode for y'all. Let's see. Next updates. Let's see. We got ducks since the first time I did a solo. Corey and I talked about them. The first two are ruin ducks, Rouen, I think. They look like your mallard ducks, except they're a little bit bigger. And their names are Cheese and Quackers. And then, maybe 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago now, we got some Swedish Blues, a couple of those, and their names are Shrimp and Crawdad. We're just keeping a theme of food-related names for our birds for some reason. So, yeah. Another exciting thing. We got, I don't know if you want to call it a sponsor, but we got our own personal discount code for Web Western. If y'all are into the same stuff I'm into, you may have seen them popping up in your Facebook feed and stuff like that. But if you go through, I think I have the link linked in my YouTube page. But if not, if you go to their website and you use code BackyardSlinging, you'll get 10% off all your orders, your entire order. And as of right now, they have a bunch of their new fishing hats on sale for 50% off, and you still get another 10% using our code. What's next here? So we got that. I just thought of something. I can't remember what it was. Other things, I've made a Facebook page and an Instagram page for Backyard Slinging, and I just kind of cut off the podcast part of the name, just so everything's just Backyard Slinging. It's all under one, brand. So yeah. Let's see what we got here. We've been getting a couple comments. I mean, we would love more comments, so we can respond to you guys. We got a couple I think we kind of, clickbaited some people for the last episode. It was on the Pokemon, and people didn't really watch a whole bunch of it, but we got more views than normal for that one, but the average view time was down from normal. What was it on that one? Oh yeah, we had someone saying Team Totodile, so shout out to that guy. I don't know his name off the top of my head. I don't have it with me. But yeah, see, one guy on the one Western episode when we talked about Star Wars a little bit, when we were saying that Star Wars was kind of modeled after like the old spaghetti westerns, and then this guy just comments, no it wasn't, and then with no explanation. Which, I mean, if you're gonna it's cool if you disagree with something, but explain yourself. Don't just have some stupid comment and then be like, don't say anything. Because, I mean, if you don't say anything, then, it's kind of stupid. It's whatever. Got me a ranch water right here. What's this one? Like the agave prickly pear. These things are freaking amazing. See, so we got the Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, we are gonna try to start doing some different actual like content and videos for you guys. Like I said, my friends couldn't come down last weekend to do the moonshine review video, so we're gonna do that one. And I think I actually had some other ideas for stuff that we can do. So we got the moonshine. Something's making noise. It might be the ducklings in the other room. French fries from a bunch of different places, because I think we have at least 2 places down here that they don't have up home there in Pennsylvania. And then Dippin' Dots, because everybody loves Dippin' Dots. And maybe we can get ourselves a little variety of some hard seltzers, because, I mean, I like hard seltzers. But, it is what it is. What else we got here? I don't know. There's really not a whole lot else. I did have 2 rookie drafts for Dynasty football leagues. I was trying to get some guys on to jump on with me here to do this one real quick, just to touch on some of that stuff. I'm not sure how. I don't remember how to share my pages. I don't know. Just trying to see. I guess I can just go through my picks, I guess. Let's see. In this one, I drafted 11th out of 12. I picked up, who's that? RJ Harvey, round 1. Trey Harris, round 2. Round 3, I had Jack Beck and Demetrius Knight. Round 4, Jalen Milrow. Round 5, what's his name here? Derek Harmon. And then round 6, I got Elijah Arroyo. I traded back in to get him because I had traded away my original 6th round pick from last year. So, yeah. That was that league. That was my Dynasty league where we have all the IDP players and everything like that. And there's this other one that's kind of a lot more basic. I ended up drafting 5th in this one. And what did we get here? Round 1, I got RJ Harvey again. Round 2, Tyler Warren. Round 3, Tyler Shuck, because I'm thin on quarterbacks. Round 4, Jalen Lane. And I traded back in with Cooper Kupp. Got the 4th round pick and the 2nd round next year. And I picked up Will Howard for this one to sit on him, because I am kind of thin in that league at quarterback. Because, I mean, as it stands now, I have Matthew Stafford and Tyler Shuck are my starters, because Anthony Richardson's still up in the air. And then I got a couple backup guys. I got Mac Jones and then Will Howard and Joe Milton. Which, I mean, I like Joe Milton. I think he could do something there when it comes to, if Prescott goes down again. So, it is whatever. Let's see. What else we got here? So that covers that stuff. I can click off of that. Dogs barking. Let's see. I know we touched on like the concealed carry stuff last week or in a 2 weeks ago episode. Kind of go a little bit more into that. I think everybody should, if you're serious about, being able to protect your family, I think it's a good idea. And don't just get it and then carry and then don't do anything. Go train. There's a lot of ways you can train. You can go sign up for classes. I'm sure you have some friends that know what they're doing. But I would say, at least if they're not professionals, like firearms instructors, go take yourself a couple classes. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially when it comes to stuff like that. Let's see. It's not really too much else. I'll tell you what, y'all. Doing this stuff by yourself, it's quite annoying, I feel like I've been talking for a lot longer than I have, and it's only been 11 and a half minutes. So, trying to pull up some other stuff to show you guys and whatnot. I don't know if I can show you the Facebook page, our Facebook page here. Let me see if I can get this to work. I just don't remember how it works. Oh, that's not even our. There it is. Oh, well, I guess you guys kind of see everything. Oh man, a little bit of an update there. Yeah, where's our code at here? Right there. Maybe a little preview. Let me see if I can. How do I get this? Screen? Is this what I want? Oh, what did I do? Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. So this right here, Web Western, you got a code. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Code Backyard Slinging, get 10% off. We can go to their page here and look at some of the stuff they got. They got those new waterproof hats there. Y'all go and get you some of those. Got the new hunting hats. I really like that. Both of these, honestly. So, yeah. Yeah, they're all about, working hard, doing the right thing, speaking up when you need to speak up, not taking no shit from stupid people. Hunting shit, just, being Western equine sports and stuff like that, and ranching, all of it. It's kind of stuff that we like to do. So, you see these pictures here of other people and that, expect that from us in the near future. And now that I figured out how to do this, I can actually bring up the stuff to show you guys the freaking football. Because, oh man, there it is. Don't mind that over there. Oh man, here we go. Draft results. Damn it. I gotta do this again. This one. Let me get this here. This right here. Bam. There, now y'all can see it. There we go. So yeah, I was drafting over here. Got Harvey, Harris, Knight, Beck, Milrow, Harmon, and then that was my last. Oh no, did I trade back in this one? Yeah, I did. I got Arroyo down here. Is my mouse even on there? Where's my mouse? There it is. Arroyo. I think it'll be all right because they just released Fant. So, gosh dang it, I just ripped my pants. Don't worry about that. Anywho, if y'all didn't know, I think like I said, I made everything off the same name. So everything's Backyard Slinging. I forgot to include TikTok on there. A lot of our shorts go on there. And I'll live stream playing whatever game, whatever game I feel like playing. I love baseball, football, Red Dead Redemption 2, Helldivers, especially Helldivers coming out cross-platform this month, actually. If I am not mistaken, I think it's like the 26th or something. Let me look that up for y'all. Helldivers 2 Xbox comes out on August 26th. And speaking of like Red Dead, especially Red Dead Redemption 2, you never know if y'all play on PlayStation. We might be able to play together or something like that. Or you can interact. Sometimes Corey will be online. Right now, that's Red Dead's the only game that he has that we can both play together. And then every now and then, he'll just join in the chat while I'm playing, and we'll talk about whatever during the live stream. I try to interact with people on the live stream, but they just kind of, a lot of them just kind of join in and then they join out right away. So yeah, and this episode is going to be extremely painful for you to listen to. I would not doubt it at all if y'all already checked out. I guess I can kind of hint at a little bit what we got going on for our episodes, kind of the topics that we'll have coming up. I'll just give you some little words and stuff that get you thinking about it, right? We'll start with Uncle Si, in particular, Uncle Si noises. If y'all watch Duck Dynasty, you might have a little bit of an idea. Or if you listen to, give a shout out to the Duck Call Room podcast. It's Uncle Si, Johnny D, Godwin, Martin, all those guys. Yeah, they've had their podcast going on here for about 5 years now. I think they started there in 2020. I mean, I listen to them every day, so let's see. Next little keyword we can do, dump truck. Do with that with what you will. It may or may not be what you're thinking about. It depends on how old you are and what you think about when you hear the word dump truck. Let's see. Bacon, some frying bacon. That has to, we'll touch on the bacon if Cody's not going to be around, so we probably won't touch on the bacon then. Whenever Cody's in, we'll talk about the bacon. At least in this sense. So probably won't talk about that next time. Oh, I'll just touch on this one. I mean, we'll probably talk about it again. I said about before, if you dislike the video or, leave a comment that's disagreeing, that's cool. I don't care. But explain it. Explain what you didn't like. Or, like the guy that said, no, it wasn't. Well, explain how it wasn't, especially for like dislikes. If you dislike the video, it's fine. Just tell us what it was that you didn't like. I mean, it's probably you just didn't like listening to our voices, which I get, especially on this episode. I mean, I'm not very entertaining talking about myself. It is what it is. Let's see. We'll talk about another one, extra space. That's a little keyword going. Horses. Might get a little talk about horses and magic mountains. Gosh dang, random mic in the picture. Why don't y'all say something? Jeez, we don't need that. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. Weird food. We're going to talk about some weird food. This is a good story. I just saw it today, but it's going to have to wait until Corey comes down to tell y'all about it. And it involves paper towels and handcuffs. So y'all just let your imagination run with that one. Paper towels and handcuffs. How do they go together? Let me know what you think. And actually, with all these keywords, if you have a guess on what that is actually going to turn into, let me know. Let us know in the comments. Give us something to talk about. We want to interact with you guys. We want to know what you think. So, go ahead and leave comments. And obviously, and also the people that like it, it goes the same with people that dislike, explain to us what. If you do like the videos, well, share it. So subscribe, share it to your friends. I mean, I like to think that we are generally acceptable for all ages. Times I know the language at times and a little bit of the subjects can be not exactly the best for kids, but that's also why we're labeled not for kids on YouTube. It kind of covers that a little bit. Other than that, I mean, your parents can watch us, great grandparents. They probably like listening to me talk because I talk like I'm 80 years old. I tend to think like I'm 80 years old too, and the way things, how certain things should be done and not done, and stuff like that. That's kind of all I have for this month. This episode, and I'm only sitting at 22 minutes, so it's kind of kind of disappointing, I guess. I don't know. I probably can't even get in here to invite somebody in because ain't nobody gonna accept an invitation right now. It's kind of crazy. Oh, I did have. Hopefully, my guy, he did cancel on me not Saturday, Thursday. But things happen. He had some stuff going on, so hopefully he'll be back. We can get that episode done with him next week. And then hopefully y'all have that one in a week, 2 weeks from this episode. So hopefully, because let's see, we're looking at today's the 2nd. You guys will listen to this on a 3rd at the earliest. Hopefully we can get that other one done on Tuesday and out for the 16th. And then Corey will be here on the 23rd. So I'm not even missing. I'm only missing 2 episodes. Potentially missing 2 episodes, but I'm getting this one out. I tell you what, it is stressful trying to get this stuff. Trying to get freaking what is the difference? Clear all. I don't want other stuff popping up. I'll say clear all. It's stressful trying to find people, especially when we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom. It doesn't really do like owners of businesses and stuff. it doesn't really do them a whole lot of good coming on the podcast, right? Because we have minimal reach right now. We have, what was it? I saw it on the Facebook page there. I had all my numbers on there. I mean, we're minimal, right? So we have Instagram, and I mean Instagram and the Facebook just started, so we have 17 followers on Facebook. Y'all go follow us there too. There'll be different pictures and stuff, like this awesome picture of Corey's new guitar that he got. And then the Instagram, there's only 12 followers there, but like I said, small reach. YouTube, we only got 40. TikTok, we have 159. Although most of the followers from TikTok are from the lives. I mean, just playing games and fooling around with people, which I enjoy. I enjoy talking to people while I'm playing games, and it's kind of relaxing. Makes for a nice ending to most of my days because I do it in the evenings when I do play. Hopefully, one of our main followers is actually Corey's cousin that lives out in Washington. Hopefully, he and I can get together. He started streaming. Actually, you want to go up? Y'all go check him out on TikTok. I believe it's Saved by the Smells. This stuff's making noise that's not supposed to be making noise over here. Let me double check his real quick. Just so, yeah, Saved by the Smells. I'll pop it up here on the screen so y'all can go check him out. He plays a lot of like your computer games and stuff. But say if I can get a better setup going here, maybe he and I can, live stream together and, host little, streams and that on the TikTok and that. Hopefully, we'll see. That'll be more like along the lines of Ready or Not. I'm sure y'all have heard about that. If y'all are into the games and stuff, you've heard about Ready or Not, and that's also just came out on consoles. Y'all go check that out. That game's fun as shit. It's a SWAT based game. You get graded better when you make the right decisions, and it's probably a closer representation of actual police work in a video game from the aspect of SWAT, right? So it's not you're not doing traffic stops and stuff like that. You're like breaching doors, clearing rooms and stuff like that. But it gives you the option, like you can talk down people, you can use beanbag rounds, pepper spray, tasers, all that kind of stuff like that. You talk people down, so it is what it is. Gosh, I am struggling to keep this one going. I apologize. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry for this coming out a day late. My fault. I wasn't feeling too good last week. And then this weekend, I'm working the long weekend, Friday to Sunday, 12-hour shifts. And, I got about an hour and 5-minute drive to work. So, it is what it is, I guess. I say that too much. I've said that too many times this episode. Gosh dang it. I suppose it is. I mean, I can't drag this out for another 2 minutes to get to half an hour. So, yeah. Good. If you're still here at the end, which I'm sure not many of you are, go check us out. The TikToks obviously gets all the shorts from here, and YouTube has the shorts. Live streams hopefully will pick up a little bit. I just generally in a better mood lately, but hopefully live streams will pick back up. Facebook and Instagram, they should get going here a little bit. We're just kind of posting pictures of our day-to-day stuff like that, and stuff that we get done around the house and all kinds of stuff like that. Other things to kind of look forward to, hopefully, if everything goes right, I will have my own horse by the end of the year again. And then hopefully that'll lead to y'all getting some really good content next year from rodeos. Hopefully. That's the plan. The plan is get a horse by the end of this year, get it trained up, ready to go by the time rodeos come around next summer. And then I'm going to get one of those, pretty y'all see them, little magnet camera things, like the GoPros, but it's like it sticks to the lanyard thing. You put it inside your shirt and then the camera on the outside so it don't move. I'm going to try to get one of those. Now that you have some good footage working with the horse, I'm gonna try to record all that anyway. and along with getting our land ready to put up a fence and do all the stuff that's needed to have a horse right outside your back window, which I think, excuse me, there ain't no better thing than having your own horse right out the window. You ain't got to drive nowhere to see them. Really, we won't even have to drive anywhere to ride them. We got, there's acres and acres behind us. So, yeah, y'all get all that. The videos working with a horse next year. Hopefully, again, if things go right, we can get us a donkey or two. Because we really want donkeys. And actually, mostly the donkeys for protection because the wife wants miniature goats and maybe a miniature cow or two. And for some reason, I just don't think the miniatures are as adept at defending themselves, against like coyotes and such like that. And that we do have bears around too. So we get them donkeys in there, and they should do a pretty dang good job of protecting the herd from the dangers that lurk out there, the Wendigos and stuff like that. I don't think we got none of them Sasquatches around here. Just the Wendigos. That's probably it. But, we're right on the fringe of the Appalachia, so you never know. Just don't whistle. And don't answer if someone's whispering your name and you know that you're the only person there. It's easy as that. So, yeah. All right. That's kind of all I can pull out of my ass for this episode for y'all. It's tough doing it by myself. I still haven't figured it out. For some reason, this one honestly feels harder than last time. But, yeah. So, y'all hit us up with some comments. Send us messages on Facebook and Instagram. We'll reply. And actually, you know what? Another thing that I'm trying to do next Tuesday, because this will come out before then, the 5th and actually the 11th, I'm trying to go work and volunteer for Bull Ride Mania. They have yet to respond. They're usually really good about responding. But I'm trying to go volunteer, work the rodeos, so I can get some experience running the rodeo, because going back to our first, what to look forward to, I would really like to start our own rodeo here in the Winchester area. I think that'd just be the greatest thing. Have our own rodeo venue. Everyone comes in to use our place. It's always just a good time. Have different events. And, just everybody having a good time out here in the country. But, all right, that's truly all I got for you this time. So, y'all stay safe. Go get your concealed carries. Adopt dogs. Let's see what else. Because all the dogs need a good home. Every dog. Adopt dogs. Adopt cats. Spay and neuter your cats and dogs, especially if they're going to be outside. We don't want to add to the population. We also don't want to subtract from the population. It's kind of, a little military weekend brief. Don't add or subtract from the population. Don't go to jail. If you do go to jail, account for what you did. Don't try to play it off and be like, oh, it wasn't my fault. Because you're just an idiot then. You're just like all the other ones. You need to grow up. All right. I'll see y'all later. That's all I got. Y'all have a good one. Trying to find my damn stop button. There it is. All right, y'all. I'll see you. We'll see you in 2 weeks, hopefully, with another episode with the guy that was supposed to be here for today's episode. Anyway, y'all be good. I'll see you.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that